Ahoy there! Welcome to day 12 of road tripping to every single national park possible in the continental United States in just 100 days. If you've been keeping up with the series, you may notice that we skipped a day, but that's because yesterday I spent the day in Yellowstone. Now, I want this to actually be an enjoyable series, so I decided not to make a full episode about Yellowstone, because if you've ever been, it's kind of boring. There are some cool features, like there's some geysers and whatnot that you can't really see many other places in the world. It is a supervolcano after all, that's a little bit rare. However, it has this problem that most major cities in the US have, where it's designed for cars. You spend pretty much the majority of your time driving around. I literally had to download movies just to keep myself entertained while I'm driving through. But luckily, Thunderbolts came out on Disney Plus the exact day I got there, so it worked out pretty well. But moving on from Yellowstone, we do have quite the predicament, because we do have a pretty big park coming up. Tomorrow we are going to Glacier National Park. I've never been, but I've heard incredible things. I actually have friends flying in. So the problem we're running into is this is what's going on inside Flow. Yeah, there's just no way that two other people can fit in here with all their luggage, so we gotta spend some time cleaning.
Yeah, this is not ideal, I can't lie. Not too bad. Good morning. I think it's day 14. I've really lost track at this point, honestly. I have no idea. But we made it. We are in Glacier. But yesterday I picked my friends up from the airport. We got some food. We drove to Glacier, found our campsite, had a fire. We did do a very short hike yesterday. It was barely a mile, but already some really good views. So I'm excited to see what we find next. But it is about time that we get into these objectives. If you are just tuning in, each episode we are trying to complete 3 objectives. Number 1, go for a hike. Number 2, find some wildlife. And number 3, the mystery objective. I have dedicated a few days to this park just because it is such a big one, which is kind of tricky because we do only have 100 days and we're already on like day 14-ish. Yeah, with this being our 6th park, we are starting to slip on time. However, it is Glacier. It's massive. We got to spend as much time as we can here. We do have a handful of hikes picked out for today, so we don't really know which one we're going to do yet, but let's go. Gang, we are back at our campsite after the hike. It was a solid 5, maybe 6 miles. We did see a little chipmunk type, squirrel type situation. I don't really know what it was. We're hoping to see some moose because some of my homies have never seen a moose before. Pathetic. I hadn't until 2 days ago, something like that. I don't know. But it is time for the mystery objective. We are very close right now to somewhere that I've always been very close to as long as I've lived, but I've never been. I have never been to Canada. We're gonna try it out. There is a northern part of Glacier that is in Canada, so we're gonna give that a try. See what it has to offer, maybe get some maple syrup. But yeah, off we go.
Welcome to the Great White North, the land of good health care and syrup. I don't know. Well, I just dropped off Lilie and Elia. One of the harder goodbyes I've had to say in my life. It's a really weird feeling having people in your life that simultaneously give you the courage and the ability to go on an adventure like this, but also they make it the hardest to leave. I'm very grateful though to have people in my life like that. I think everybody needs that. You know, it is the morning of day 16 right now, so that puts me personally in a weird spot because I have officially been away from home longer than I ever have in my entire life. And we still have a long journey to go. It was really nice having Lilie and Elia come visit at that threshold. Wherever they are feels like home. But now I gotta go through the whole process of adjusting to being alone again, so that's super fun. All right, let's wrap this up. Real quick, I wanna check in on our budget. We are on day 16, so we should be around $1,200-$1,300 spent right now. We're still in the $1,100 range, so we are doing well there. It was a little tricky to track this time with Elia and Lilie paying for some things, but we're still ahead of budget. But we have some parks to rank. Starting off with Yellowstone National Park, this one is is tragically going to be the first park going in F tier. I'm sorry for all you Yellowstone enjoyers. It is kind of interesting. They do have some geysers that you're never really going to see anywhere else in the world, but it is crippled by the fact that it is just something that you have to drive through. I likely could have made it a better experience had I hiked more and spent more time there, but Glacier National Park, that's a different story. I'm going to try not to be biased here with two of my best friends in the world coming to visit during Glacier. The timing of visiting Glacier also wasn't great. It was Labor Day weekend, so it was packed. For the last day that we were there, we literally couldn't go hiking because roads were closed down and there just weren't parking spots available. However, it was still stunning, still gorgeous, definitely going in A tier. Now, I do have a 9-hour drive ahead of me today, so it's time I get going. So I will see you in North Cascades.